she tells you you don't get it. You just don't get it. Brother, if she's telling you things are pretty bad right for you right now, either you're on the brink of divorce or going through a divorce process or right after the divorce, and she's telling you you don't get it. In this video, we're going to talk about exactly what that means coming from her and how you should handle it and how you should approach it. So what happens? Women, for the most part, they don't tell you exactly what it is that they want. They want the man to figure it out. They want the man to figure out what it is that they want, especially when they've come to a place in the relationship where they feel like, hey, I can't do anymore. Like, I did all I could. He just doesn't get it. He doesn't get that I feel emotionally neglected. He doesn't get that I need his attention. He doesn't get that I need his presence. He doesn't get that I need his emotional safety. He doesn't get that he's not providing safety for me and the family, not only financially, but emotionally. Women tell you these things over and over again in their own sort of way, but we men are so disconnected. We're so unhinged from reality because most of us are always thinking about work and making money and what we have to do later on, or maybe watching the football game or whatever the case may be, that we forget to be in the here and now. And you can be with someone physically, but not be there mentally in presence, in beingness. You need to remember that women interpret the world mostly through emotions, primarily through emotions. And men interpret the world primarily to logic. That's why the mind is masculine and the heart is feminine. So the woman needs to feel you. The woman needs to feel that you are there. The woman needs to feel that your presence. She needs to feel you. Logically, you're there. But presence-wise, you're absent. You're not there. You're out to lunch. God knows where you are, thinking about God knows what. And it is this lack of emotional connection that causes a woman to feel uncertainty in the relationship. So when she's frustrated, she might get angry. Right. So think about this. She gets angry because she's hurt. And why is she hurt? Because she's making an emotional bid to you for presence, for you to be there. Emotionally, she's opening up your heart. And you could be there physically, logically, but emotionally you're not there. So if you're not emotionally there, she's gonna feel rejected. What happens when you feel rejected by a woman? You can feel hurt. Most men, I used to be one myself, were big babies. If you don't have emotional self-control and someone rejects you, you take it personal. That's what some call leading from your inner boy. You take it personal, and then by taking it personal, you're hurt. So imagine a woman who is looking to have an emotional bid with you, an emotional connection with you, or a woman who's looking to have a connection with you opens up emotionally to feel you, and you, my brother, are not there. So how do you think she's gonna feel? Rejected, that's right. And I don't know about you, but when you feel rejected, or when I feel rejected, or when I used to feel rejected, I would feel hurt. And if you're hurt, that means there's pain. And a lot of the time, because most people don't know how to communicate, they don't communicate their pain. They communicate their pain through anger. So they don't communicate through vulnerability, saying, "Hey, I really didn't appreciate that I went to give you a hug and you weren't there, and I would have much rather liked that when I come home from work that you give me a hug. It really means a lot to me." People don't communicate that. Most people don't communicate that way. Most people communicate, "Oh, because you're never available. When I come home from work, you never give me a hug." And that it comes across as angry. Mostly women communicate with this anger, but what's beneath the anger is pain. What's beneath the anger is hurt. So you have a situation where want to get to the whole you don't get it, you have a situation where the woman is looking for an emotional bid with you, an emotional connection. She's looking to connect with you through her emotions, and you're not there. You're there physically, but emotionally you're out. So then what happens? She gets angry. She feels rejected. That rejection turns into pain. Pain turns into anger. She communicates anger. And then what you say, it's like, why is this woman bitching so much? Why is she being such a pain? Can't you see I just got home from work? Can't you see I pay all the bills? Can't you see that I'm the sole provider? So this, what happens, it starts developing over time, and it's like a snowball effect. Just accumulates and accumulates and accumulates and accumulates and accumulates and accumulates. And the anger gets, and the bitchiness get more and more intense. The anger gets more and more intense. And this is her way, this is the woman's way of communicating to the man her needs. A small percentage of women actually have the ability to, like I said, sit down and actually truly communicate how they feel. So a lot of them communicate in this way, but in their mind, they're thinking, not only can I not feel him because he's not there, but now he doesn't see me because I'm communicating to him my needs, but he doesn't see me either. So double rejection. And more resentment builds and more anger builds, and to a point that she says, he just doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. He doesn't get it. She gives up. She gives up. Brother, when a woman gives up, you're in very, very dangerous territory. Very, very dangerous. Because she says, he doesn't get it. He doesn't see me. I've tried. I've told him. I was there. I was available. He doesn't get it. So when a woman tells you, you just don't get it, that's like a red alert for like this relationship and this marriage is heading south, because she's gotten to a point where she's told herself, he doesn't see me, he doesn't understand me, he doesn't care about me, maybe he doesn't even love me, and so what's the point? So women, they either check out emotionally, some cheat, some leave, ask for space, others just give up. They say, I'm done. And when they do this, when they check out, or they withhold sex, or they maybe even cheat with someone else, trying to get attention, validation, being seen from someone else, or ask for space, what they're really looking for a lot of the time, if you're still in that sliver, in that window, is, I hope, what she's thinking is, I hope he gets it now. I hope he gets it now. So like that last window of opportunity where she's screaming at you saying, can you please see that I'm in pain? And it happens, you go talk, and all she says is, you don't get it. You don't get it. And you're saying, well, what is there to get if you moved out? What is there to get if you cheated on me? What is there to get if you're asking for space? What is there to get if you're the one that kicked me out of the house? Brother, when a woman gets to that point, the what I like to call the emotional scar tissue that's built up throughout months, years, it's so big, it's so intense that she no longer sees you. She sees the image she has of you in her head, which is, he's not present, he doesn't see me, he doesn't care, all these things. And that's why she tells you. So when you get to that point, it's really, really critical, because she's already made an image, she's already made a perception of you, of who you are in her mind. It might not be who you truly are. Maybe 50% or 70% of it is true, and the other 30% she made up, but she has that image of you. And reverting that image is what we help men in Divorce to Dominance. And that's what we do here in Divorce to Dominance. We help men like you restore your power and reclaim her heart. Because if you ever hear a woman say, you just don't get it, that is a smoke signal, or she's communicating to you, this is your last chance. This truly is your last chance. Because now I'm just completely checked out. Because you just don't get it. And if you're not there yet, how do you prevent yourself from getting there? You have to be so emotionally in tune with who you are and your emotions so that you can be able to feel who she is and where she's coming from. Don't listen to what she says, see what she does. So that's important. That's sort of the mantra you need to live by. Can you be emotionally in tune? How do I get emotionally in tune? By being in the here and the now, by being in this moment with her, by being present. I know it's a word that's used a lot, especially with like men's coaching and relationships. Oh, you got to be present. But most people truly don't understand what that means. And what it means is truly allowing yourself to open up your heart to that moment where she needs you, where she just wants you to connect. That's why you can go to a really expensive dinner and sure, she's going to like it, or a concert or whatever the case may be. And yeah, that's cool. But for a woman, that moment that she feels emotionally connected with you is way more important than the necklace or the dinner or whatever it is, whatever fancy gift you give her. So that's what's going on, guys. If she ever says you don't get it, it's code red for this is your last chance. This is the last opportunity I'm giving you, because I don't feel you. I don't feel connected to you. And if I don't feel connected to you, I don't feel like you see me, like you value me, like you love me. And most guys miss this. And by the time she gets to this point, the emotional scar tissue has built up so high, so much, that it's going to be difficult to turn things around. Not impossible, but difficult to really turn things around. So, like I said, if you're interested in working with me, click on the link in the description below. We'll set up a call, see if you're a good fit for our Divorce to Dominance program. And until next time, take care now. Bye-bye then. And remember who you are.